What's up, YouTube? Didn't see you standing there. The reason I'm going to be making my video today is these three computers in front of you. If you guys have watched my channel recently, you've probably seen these three cases featured quite a bit, so I do apologize if you guys are getting tired of this material. I've just been spending most of my time lately messing with the computer related stuff, and there will be some more audio stuff coming down the pipeline here before too long. Anyways, I'm going to try not to talk this video up too much. I'm just going to try and show what I'm doing and which parts are going where. The only new component I'm actually going to be adding to this build is this Core i7-6700K. For today's video, though, the focus is going to be this computer on top, this Athena power case. I'm going to be moving the parts from my Linux PC build over to this, with the goal being this is going to be in a little portable audio rig, so I can take it to my wife's work. She's having a little Christmas party, and also if I have any other events or anything like that, I just kind of want to have something I can grab and go. So this is going to be my extra computer with basically the cast off parts. Alright, here's the system that's going to be donating most of the parts today. Just kind of a quick rundown of what's in it. It's got an old socket 775 board with the E8400 chip, which I've overclocked from 2.4 to 3 gigahertz. It's just a Core 2 Duo, pretty slow by today's standards. It has a GTX 750 video card in it, which I'm not going to be retaining in this new case. It also has this EgoSys sound card in here, which is a professional TRS input and output card, but I was unable to get it to work under Linux, disappointingly. At least under Ubuntu, I couldn't get it working. And also this case just has a CX450 power supply, which is going to stay in the case, and a little SSD, which I think will also probably stay with this case or get moved to another. Alright, here's the case that's going to be receiving these parts today. All this stuff is going to come out, at least the CPU, motherboard, sound card, RAM. The things I will retain in this case is this Antec Earthwatts power supply. The SSD is up underneath the power supply. I don't know if you can see it. I think it's just 120 gigabyte Kingston, and also just the basic light on optical drive. These are all going to stay. I do need to do some maintenance on this case. As you can see, the front fans are very clogged. One thing about this case, the fans are extremely difficult to access. The filter is really quite a pain. It requires a major disassembly to get at for cleaning. So what I'm going to try and do with this case is actually the only exhaust fan I'm going to use is the power supply fan. I'm just going to try and have the stock Intel cooler on this chip, and even with the overclock it runs pretty cool, so I think I'll be okay. I'll just have to check it out for a while and monitor the temperatures and make sure everything's alright. But that way I think this case will be a lot less prone to clogging up on me. Alright, here's the Athena power case, most of the way stripped down. Still got to take out those fans and clean that really clogged up filter, but overall the dust buildup for over a year of continuous operation, not too bad. Just another quick look at this board before I install it in the case. The last thermal paste application, I believe I used the pea size drop on this one, and I guess my pea was too big or something, because not something I'm exactly proud of. But anyways, also in case you're wondering, this computer, or this board, just has 4 gigs of Samsung memory installed, just DDR2 800. Alright, I've got this stock Intel cooler reinstalled on this board. I was using the Hyper 212 previously, but I'm hoping that even this stock cooler will be able to handle the 20% overclock, since temperatures were really good before, and in my opinion the 212 isn't the greatest air cooler in the world, CPU cooler. But also, I did have a lucky mistake, because I got this pushpin cooler installed, and if you guys have ever used one of these, they're pretty frustrating and kind of nerve-wracking at times, just trying to get them installed or uninstalled without breaking the cooler or tearing anything up on your motherboard. But I finally got this one properly seated, and got really angry at myself because I thought the sticker was going to be facing sideways, and then I realized that because this is going in a rack mount case, the sticker is actually facing the correct way, so it was a lucky mistake on my part. This filter and these fans definitely needed a little bit of routine maintenance done. Alright, I've got everything installed in the case that I'm going to be using. I haven't actually connected a display yet, but I did power it on and it does appear to be working. The hard drive light was showing some activity and now it's kind of chilled out. So I'm going to go ahead and connect all my peripherals. Alright, the computer's working now. Everything got going first try, which was surprising to me. As you can see, the temperatures are really good. I don't even have the top cover installed right now, and even with the overclock and the dinky Intel stock cooler, it's still running nice and cool. The temperature application in Linux actually gives a temperature for both cores, and it showed about a 10-degree delta between the two cores, but I'm not sure if that's the sensors itself or if there's some inaccuracies with the Linux program or what, but either way, everything I've seen so far has been under 45 degrees, so I'm really happy with that. Go ahead and just show you guys that I am running at 3 gigahertz. We'll go ahead and don't want to discard. It's kind of hard to do this one-handed, especially with this keyboard. Alright, there we go. We're going to boot into Elementary OS, which I've been using on this computer for a little while in my bedroom. It seems pretty good. It's been stable for me. It doesn't have as many features as something like Linux Mint, but at the same time there's a benefit to that. Alright, really all that's left to do with this system is tie up this jumbo wires at least a little bit. You can't really obviously do a whole lot for cable management in a rack case, especially one like this, but I'm going to do my best just to make sure that none of the wires come into contact with a fan or anything like that. And I think at that point I'll go ahead and install this in the little audio rack with an amplifier, and we might take a little listening test to see how it sounds. Alright, I've got my little portable amp rack set up completed. This is pretty much what I'll be taking to the Christmas party, although I'll be using different professional type speakers when I go. And I must say, this setup really sounds great. At first it was sounding a little bit overbearing in the mid-range, but a little EQ fixed that up. That's mostly due to these Frankenstein speakers that have the full range drivers and tweeters, but with a little low and high frequency added in, everything really sounds outstanding, and you wouldn't think in a blind listening test that this was the kind of gear that I'm using, but really pleased with the end result. The computer is working out well. It's not too noisy, even using the stock Intel fan and everything. I'll go ahead and play a song just to let you guys hear what it sounds like, although of course this is going to be degraded by the upload to YouTube. Alright, not sure how well that's going to translate to you guys at home, and of course it'll be dependent on what speakers you guys are using to listen. But to me, sitting in front of these speakers, it sounds just great for what it is. The one thing I'm a little concerned about is heat buildup, because this QSC amp is passively cooled, and also with this computer not having any intake or exhaust fans other than the power supply exhaust fan. I was a little bit worried, but so far I've been playing this setup for about an hour and a half at fairly loud volume. I'm basically deaf now from listening to it, and everything's been working out fine so far, no issue. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up so I can move on to some other stuff. But if you guys enjoyed watching it, feel free to like or leave a comment down below and subscribe for more audio and computer related stuff in the near future.